So I hope somebody did it.
Robin says we're recording.
I don't have that power yet. I
I
got
can
the
see
welcome
it.
you in power though.
I can see it.
Okay. Well, it's all
Awesome.
yours, Karen. Good morning.
All right. Good morning. Here we are gathered today on a Monday morning, getting our week started out right. I'm Karen O'Neill. I'm the one who has the honor to say hello to y'all this morning. And we're here to discuss our stories about the patches. And we don't claim to treat, diagnose, or cure any disease state. However, we put those patches on our bodies and our bodies do amazing things to make us feel better, look better. By the way, at 71, you all know I just had a birthday. I was looking at my pores in my nose. They're just teeny tiny, fine little things. And that wasn't like that a couple years ago. Anyway, it's kind of fun. So we're going to tell our stories, and they can be a story you've told before, a new story. Everyone is powerful. Some people say, oh, well, this is not as big a deal as that. But you know what? Every single thing that makes our body better, healthier, makes us feel better, happier, less pain, every single story is extremely important and very valid. Like last week, Robin shared, was it the Eon patch? If you're having a muscle cramp, stick an Eon patch on there. Voila, adios, cramp. Anyway, I hope that's not a disease. That's a symptom. Anyway, we can talk symptoms. All right, guys, let's see who's going to bless our community first. Step up to the plate and tell us a story, a good, true, wonderful experience you've had.
Hey, I can do that. I'm I've just had my left shoulder totally replaced on the 5th of October. And they figured that maybe by 6 weeks I'd be driving. Well, I've been driving for about a week and a half now. I can't go really far because my right shoulder needs replacement as well, and it's causing me all kinds of grief. So, but my physical therapist and everybody says I'm about 3 weeks ahead of myself. And I'm going to attribute that primarily to the patch. So,
Yeah, you're right. That's amazing. And Mike, I think you've even got a year or two on me. So, and the reason I say that is because we can all be so excited that we're adding years to our life because the patches are adding life to our years.
well,
It's good, wasn't it?
in February last year, because of COVID and everything, and they said, well, your right shoulder gave 3 MRIs for the shoulder, the elbow, and then on the left shoulder as comparison. And they said, well, you're not a good candidate for surgery, so we can't help you. And then of course, COVID popped in, and they didn't even try. So if I'm not a good candidate for surgery, how come I'm doing better than 90% of the world? You know.
Yeah, they've had to have an attitude and thinking adjustment, haven't they? That's awesome. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mike. Thanks for being the first to step up. That is wonderful news. Keep on it trekking. I love that. Thank you. Who's next?
Karen, can I ask a question? We got such a great group here with lots of stories from people they've worked with.
Sure.
I had someone ask me about if anybody had particular results with amputees. Her son-in-law is a very young vet, lost his leg in the military, and she's wondering, they have a variety of issues as related to amputees. So just curious if anybody on this call has had experience with that.
Has anybody? I have not heard. I don't know if anybody else has. That would be good to just try, wouldn't it? Nope, I think none of us have had experience. So you might be the first one to find out. Because I know they have that phantom pain too, don't they?
Yeah, they have the phantom pain. And of course, I mean, it seems likely that the issues of a prosthetic rubbing and all of that, the reduction in inflammation and discomfort and pain around that would make sense. But I was curious if anybody, because so many people notice changes in nerve pain and
Right.
that type of thing that you don't see with a lot of other things. And so I thought maybe just by chance somebody had dealt with that with an amputee. Gregory?
I've got an idea. Tomorrow night, you got to ask Dr. Shauna Young.
Oh, yeah, that would be great
Great
on
idea.
Tuesday, except I work on Tuesday nights, so somebody else is
Okay.
gonna have to ask my question.
Submit your question to the moderator who is sitting next to me over here.
Okay, tell them, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I'll get this gal's already a customer but I will get her on the call too. That way she can listen in, see if she can get the answer.
And by the
Awesome.
way,
What a
for
great
everybody
idea.
that came in late, I just wanted to mention, even though it's 70 degrees inside, when it's 7 degrees outside, you want to dress warmer. Thus the hat.
Right now?
Those single digits.
That's right.
Awesome.
Boy, am I
All right,
glad I
Connie,
missed-
hopefully we'll find out something tomorrow. I won't be on because my son-in-law's surgery tomorrow. Well, I might, who knows? But anyway, I don't think so. Anyway, so I'll be excited to listen to the replay and find out. Awesome. Who's next? Question, story, whatever you want to put out there.
Well, I will tell a story. This weekend, I was doing a event at a women's expo, and the Scentsy booth was kind of behind me, and we were still in the getting things set up, and I was plugging my plug in and was back behind the curtain and saw her, and she was trying to get up off the floor, and she was struggling and in great pain. And so I kind of told her about the patch, and she was my first gifting. And about 2 hours later, I stuck my head through and I said, "How are you feeling?" And she says, "I'm feeling a lot better." And by the end of the night, she was saying, "I'm pretty sure I'm going to do this." And when we were all packed up and ready to go, she said, "I'll be calling you. I just don't know what level I'm coming in at."
That is awesome. I love it. That's so exciting. Thank you.
Gifting is working. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So I did 2 giftings last week and got 2 new people. And so that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I went in to have a colonic, public knowledge here, TMI.
Oh, boy.
And, you know, when I was getting ready, she came back into the room. She goes, "Well, my intuition told me to put it here and here, and my pain is gone. And how do I sign up?"
Wow.
And then I went to a friend's house and had my gifting cards with me. And I wasn't planning. I mean, this is someone, it was a good friend, and she happened to have a friend there. And the friend says, "What do you do?" And before I was gone, she's signing up. I mean, and I handed her the card and she goes, "This is classy." She's a flight attendant. And she says, "You know, this will work really well for me." Because, and she's a professional networker. And she goes, "I love networking." And I went, "Okay, well, how wonderful is that?" And then the third thing is I was on a call with the woman who did the 3 patch, the 3 life form patches. Remember that I talked about last week? She Ann Heiser came on, remember? And
Oh,
she had
yeah.
given a
Yeah.
patch
Oh,
to
yeah.
her
3
neighbor.
people in one patch.
Well, it was a dog and 2 people.
Yeah, or 3 organisms. Dogs are people.
It's 3 life forms, and I met the mother dog. I met the woman, and she's been a customer, and now she's upgrading, and it was fun to meet her, you know, on Zoom, and how excited she is about everything. So that was, and for those of you that didn't hear the story, a neighbor of Ann Heiser's dog had a sore or something. So Ann says, "Well, I'll put a patch on it." She put a patch on it. And they went back to look, and the sore was gone, and so was the patch. So she was like, "Oh no," but she found the patch on the floor, and she says, "Well, my neck hurts," and put it on her neck. And her neck got better. And then her boyfriend comes home and goes, "Give me that. My leg hurts." He took it off her neck and put it on on his leg. So all 3 life forms got benefit from 1 patch.
I love it. Please pass the patch. I like that. That is so
Pass
fun.
the patch. I love it.
Pass the
Yeah, pass
patch.
the patch. Please pass the
Yes.
patch.
That's funny.
Yeah, it reminds me of when there were 17 of us family members, a couple of who said, "I'm never going to put one of those silly things on." But then, of course, when they did and had all the results, and then my granddaughter sits there looking around, 17 people sitting at this long table down Old Colorado Springs at an Italian restaurant. And she says, Nani, doesn't it make you feel good that you've helped the whole family with the patches? And that's what you're doing. You just like keep on passing it on. Awesome. Who's next? This is fun.
Hey. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hi,
Who's
this is Sam. This
Hi,
is
Sam.
Sam. Okay, so I just want to let you know that I do have a girl on our team that is a double amputee. I just asked her if she had a minute to jump on here. She can't do it right now, but she said that she would get on tomorrow's call. So maybe she can get picked for her story and she can share her testimonials on there as well.
Ooh, super helpful.
Tomorrow
Thank
night is the amputee night. Okay.
Yeah. Send
Beautiful. Thank
her
you,
info
Sam.
to Robin so she knows to get her right in there, right?
Yeah, and maybe I'll
Okay.
have Liz Ann, who's a paraplegic, come on. Alternative body types.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that'd be great. I know Liz Ann's had some great results too. So yay. I forget. I don't think about her that way. Okay. Anyway, there we go. That's so fun. Who's next? How much time? We got lots of time.
I'd like to go.
All right.
Here, let me start my video.
Oh, thank you. Peter.
So I've been courting a woman who is a Juice Plus distributor, has been for 20 years. And I gifted her a patch and she slept better and had no back pain for the first time in years. And unfortunately now she's telling me she has to figure out how to fit it into her budget, which I find interesting. She tells me that Juice Plus made her sign a non-compete agreement, so she could not sign up as a distributor. But in any event, she shared with me that there is a paraplegic Ironman champion by the name of Jason Fowler, who apparently Juice Plus has an endorsement from, but also has been using the X39 patch for some time. And if you Google him, you'll find that there are several YouTube videos where he is giving X39 testimonials.
That's awesome. What's his name
So
again?
that's interesting. Jason Fowler, and she says that LifeWave, she found out LifeWave is funding his competitions and that he is one of our endorsers, but I hadn't heard anything about it until she had told me that. I don't know if Gregory or Robin know anything about him.
You know what we don't know, Peter, and Peter, we want to get you to either turn your computer or put a light on your face because we want to see
I'm
you.
trying.
Oh,
I know I am trying. My light is giving me trouble.
okay. So what was announced by the company and what they have been doing for many, many, many years is giving patches to three Olympians that are in oh, that's much better, Peter. I'm so glad to see you.
There you are.
And so the company has been donating patches to athletes probably since the beginning. They just don't use it as a PR thing. They don't talk about it, but I think we can ask and learn more to find out. So we should do that.
Okay. Well, and on that note,
Yeah.
I signed up a Tesla light healer of the Denver Broncos. And he was very skeptical, but he's been using the X39, the carnosine, and the glutathione patches, and he is noticing results. He personally is dealing with prostate cancer and doing about 100 different modalities of natural healing, but he believes that he's getting benefit from the X39 at least. And he said he's talked to a couple of the Broncos, but unfortunately he's not really seeing any of them right now because of COVID and some of the team members testing positive and so on. So I guess they're being super, super careful about letting them go out and be treated by anyone other than their medical team. So I'm open for suggestions as to how I can get him excited about gifting patches to the Broncos, or information that we can pass on to him that he can share with them so that they will work through their COVID fear and connect with him and get some patches.
So Peter, Robin
Yes.
here, and in the back, if you go to lifewave.com and you scroll down to the bottom where the news releases are, there's a whole section on athletes, and there's a whole bunch of NFL. Now, these are old, and I know Connie's
Yes.
wanting newer ones, and so we're working on that, but there's some older ones that talk about how many different professional sports athletes use the patches, and there's a whole bunch of NFL ones on there.
Yes, and I've shared those with
Okay,
with,
so you
Frank.
want something new,
Yeah,
like Connie.
like Connie. I would like something a little newer. And that specifically talks about X39.
Okay,
Am I
Great.
on?
I heard
Yes.
somebody say, am I on? So you're on, whoever you are.
Yeah, this is Mike Morneau.
There's Mike again. Hi,
In
Mike.
Texas. Dr. Michael Leahy is a chiropractor that used to treat me in Colorado Springs, that I guess is one of the chiropractors for the Denver Broncos. He may be open to this kind of thing. You might want to have that other individual that works with the Broncos talk to him.
Well, that's interesting. I'll ask because, pardon my voice, this healer actually works in a chiropractor's office where there are 3 prominent chiropractors that are chiropractors for the Broncos. So he might already have a relationship with Dr. Michael Leahy. I'll check. Thank you.
All right.
Awesome. All right. Who's next?
Hi, it's Tim.
Hi, Tim.
With Broncos and amputees, my story is a little pale perhaps, but it meant something to me. My left hand the other night, I went to take my ring off and I couldn't get it off. It was like all swollen. I didn't even know this at that point. Then the knuckles all got inflamed and started hurting and carrying on. So I put Ice Wave on my hand and X39. Went to bed and woke up a couple hours later and it had stopped hurting.
Yay.
That's as fancy as my story gets, but the swelling was gone. The ring went back on easily. And so there you go.
That's awesome. Thanks,
Stuff there.
Tim.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim. I'm going to pop in with one of my grandson's stories. He's just turned 24. Actually, he's in the Navy right now, but he's a fitness trainer. And when he first used the patch, he golfed the next day, and he's been golfing since he was a little kid. He was so excited. He said he had better focus and golfed a better game than he'd ever golfed in his life. And that's, and he's really, really fit. I mean, amazingly. So that was kind of cool that on that level of training, I always think he's related to me, but he's pretty good, and he had that great focus. So
Last night, I'm listening to a LifeWave call.
You don't have an extra Android cord I could borrow for a minute, do you?
No.
we're hearing a side conversation.
I don't know. Didn't Daniel go with you?
No. He went with that card over my
Then
Hey, if you're not talking to the group, you won't mind, go ahead and mute.
I thought he left with you.
No, he
Okay.
went and told me he was going to Coda.
I did it. Huh?
Lisa.
Hi, Teresa.
I worked with Lane and at the Women's Living Expo event this week, and it was a great time. Was able to talk with a lot of people, and going to be following up big time today and the rest of this week with all of those people I talked with. But for me personally, a year ago would have not been even able to probably even consider doing the event because I was having trouble being able to stand for very long. I could stand for 5-10 minutes, maybe max, and I'd be looking for a place to sit down. I could not stand. And I was able to spend all day Friday setting up and getting ready, work all day Saturday and Sunday. And my pain level was from where it used to be, I couldn't even consider doing it. My pain level was maybe about a 2.5 on Saturday night. On Sunday was a shorter day, but that night my pain level was probably only maybe a 1.5. So I'm very,
Wow.
very grateful for these patches. I'm like,
That is awesome. And that's a huge contrast from where you were. And you might even add what that's made for interacting with your granddaughter too. I
yeah,
love that.
it's changed my life because I was at the point of thinking I might not be able to care for her because I was having imbalance problems and didn't feel safe holding her, carrying her at all. And was thinking I wouldn't be able to care for her. And I wanted to be a primary caregiver for her. I now have no issues with balance and can even chase after her as she's now a 1.5 years old.
Yay. That's so exciting. That's such a enhancement to your quality of life, isn't it? It's so exciting. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for sharing, Teresa.
Thank you.
All right.
Karen.
What time? Oh, we're overtime. I can't believe it. Wow, it goes
Announcements.
fast.
Announcements.
Announcement time. Yes. Thank you, Robin. And Gregory. I turn it over to you
Okay.
guys.
So we are in week 8 of the Empower series. And this evening, Tim is going to do an overview of that for us, which we're very grateful for, drummer to drummer. For those of you that have participated every week, we need to know your names because we have a drawing, a final drawing for a sleeve of patches for those that really engaged, and those are the ones that win the most. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the comp plan in a very simple way. The building block of the comp plan is manager. It's called the engine pin. If you can get there and help your people get there, you can get anywhere in the whole plan. And this Wednesday, Onyx Cole, who is in our group, she's going to be talking about the same thing in a different way. So that's what's going on. Anything else, Sunny, we talked about?
No, I think that's good.
I think that'll be our call for this evening. So we will, and Gregory sent out a special notice this morning. How many of you got it? Raise your hand. No?
Somebody.
I haven't looked at anything.
It was a notice on the calls for the week. So we're looking at how do we, let people know about our calls for the week. So that's what's going on. And Dr. Shauna is with us for 2 more times. She's going to be on tomorrow and then next month. And then we're going to have a new doctor in rotation. So we're sharing the wealth of the Tuesday nights, and it's going really well. I'm getting great feedback from every single one of our doctors in rotation. So yeah, I mean, if you have someone who is a practitioner in your group that is grounded enough, has been around long enough, and is interested, we're open. We've got several that I'm talking to right now, so we're always open. So that's it.
Awesome. So I guess with that's it. Then we're signing off. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thanks for sharing your stories,
Good job,
asking your
Karen.
questions.
Oh, Mary Rudy wants to say
I
something.
had one question, Robin, the gifting card that you used, if Robin's still on,
Yes.
there's I got flyers made that are the 8x11 gifting flyer that you can put a patch on. And then I saw there's that other website where there's the cards that you fold and they come with the little blue envelopes. And so, you know what I mean? The 2 different things, the different ways to share the X39. So I was just wondering, because I just got those made, I got them here, and they're really great, but they're a lot of information on 2 pages, but I like it because it says to watch first the 3-minute video before you even put the patch on. So, but then I saw the whole website that Gregory put up about the cards that fold. Just wondering which one you're using to gift.
They both work the same.
Okay.
Some like the 4-color one because they're really pretty, but they both work. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk. So we'll talk about that in our conversation. Okay.
And I just wondered if other people use the gifting one too. So
yeah, they both, some people want to print it off their printer and have an abundance that way. And other people want that presentation because that's their style, but they both work.
okay. Thanks.
Great. Okay, I think we're done.
Yeah,
Karen, great
thanks again,
job.
everybody.
Great job. And thank you, Helen and Tim, for supporting the Empower series. We're at week 8. Yay.
Yay.
All right.
Karen,
I got my
Bye.
We're so grateful, and we highly encourage, if you haven't had a chance to watch the Empower series, do yourself a favor and do it. Empower.com, small x39 is the password. Such a good training. Thank you, Lifeway. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks,
you.
Helen. Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks for
everybody.
coming. See you
Bye.
next time.
Bye.
Bye.